Mazel morons, welcome back to the Good Guys podcast. I'm sitting here with someone who's still on the wait list of this year's Met Gala, and he's hoping to get in, my co-host, Ben Soffer.
I'm just waiting for that call. Waiting for that call. It'll come. It'll come.
And I'm also here with the queen of basically only maybe tied with Miranda Cosgrove as my sister, Miss Kristen Doty. Thank you for being here.
I love that.
Family.
Thank you.
This is a family episode.
It is.
That's how we know each other, because my best friend's older brother, and we've talked about this on the pod, but it's worth recounting.
Worth
It is.
recounting.
People still ask.
The great Gary.
The great Gary.
Gary with an I.
Garrick.
Who asked?
Gary with an I?
Let's see.
G-A-R-I? Like sushi of Gary?
Garri.
Oh, God.
Cute.
Yep.
Right? Can you imagine him at Starbucks? They never get it right.
No,
That's-
never.
That's a crazy spelling of that name.
Yes. Well, he was on a little website called MySpace. Heard of it?
Okay.
And you guys can. How did the MySpace dating work back in the mid-aughts?
So I remember when I first moved to LA, I lived in Toluca Lake, and I knew literally 3 people, and they were my roommates, my 3 girlfriends. And you could look up people like from the city that you're living in. So I looked up Toluca Lake, and then I was like Studio City. And I don't even know how I fell upon him. Like, honestly, I wish I could like go back. I can still get in my MySpace, but like basically everything's gone. But that's all I remember doing was like Studio City, California, like boys. I was 24 years old. And then I found good old Gary, and I sent him a random DM, 2007. Yeah. But then, yeah, we just started chatting, and then he asked me to go hiking. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll meet you there. He's like, I'll pick you up. It's like, I'll meet you there. And then we went hiking at Runyon Canyon. Like,
You're lucky to be alive.
I know.
This story, did we go to Runyon?
we went to Fryman. I took him to Fryman.
Oh,
2 days
Fryman's
ago.
great. Right
It was
by my
wonderful.
house.
But meeting a stranger to go hiking, they could push you off the cliff.
Not at Runyon. Runyon's like paparazzi. A lot of people there.
It's pretty tame.
It is tame.
So that you couldn't be pushed off a cliff.
You could. But
You'd be
You'd
arrested.
be asking for it,
Okay.
Yeah.
and you'd be quickly rescued.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it happens.
Cool.
Yeah, a
But
TMZ
that's pretty
cameraman would
much-
run down and get
That's
you.
what
Understood.
happened. And then I immediately fell in love, as I do. And he was like, yo, I got this really important like businessy job, and like you can come over during the day, but like at night I have plans. And I was like, oh my God, I'm your buddy. I am your lunchtime buddy. And then I did background work on He's Just Not That Into You, the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and read the book. And I was like, oh, he's just not that into me. You know what, Gary? I've had enough. I'm better than this. And then I
He
met
came
Tom
running.
Sandoval, and then I juggled the two, and the rest is history.
You guys were having lunchtime hookups?
Yeah,
Good for Gary.
I guess so. Actually,
Wow.
you're right. Good for Gary.
Unbelievable. Good for the both
And
of
I was
you.
just a waitress at Serves. I'm like, I don't really do anything during the day. Sounds great.
That's next level. If you have a midday
It's amazing.
hookup buddy,
Amazing. Actually, it would make me very tired.
can we talk about the full circle journey that is your TV career, Kristen?
We can.
Because I'm such a fan of you. I'm such a fan of you just crushing it, hard body karate.
My messy.
You've got 2 shows,
Yeah.
right? No
Yeah,
big deal.
that's pretty
talk about
wild.
both. That's huge.
Being on a competition show at all is like insanity to me.
Tell us about the competition show first.
The
Is that
Goat.
on right now?
It airs. Well, I don't know when this is coming out. It airs Thursday, May 9th.
Huge.
Okay.
Great.
Episodes 1 through 3 will air.
Amazon, heard
On
of it.
Amazon
Shout out
Prime,
to
Wow,
Bezos.
Amazon
very
Freevee.
nice.
Really? Shout out Lauren Sanchez.
But yes,
Shout out. She's killing it.
yeah,
As hard as one can kill
yes,
it.
Yeah.
100% true.
Yes.
Yeah, the GOAT, greatest of all time, reality star, hosted by Daniel Tosh, hysterical.
Perfect.
Reality people from all walks of life, but a lot of competition show people, maybe like even keeled competition show people versus docu-series, as us Bravo people like to call ourselves, and then like dating show people,
Is there
like a
that's a
trifecta.
great question. Is that Josh? Great question. Josh.
Josh, great question.
Is there,
Tell me more.
is there, is there a hierarchy amongst reality performers? You said that you would consider yourself a docu-series. Like,
Mhm.
are like dating shows less than? What's the hierarchy?
It depends on who you're asking. Since I'm on your podcast, you're asking me. I feel personally, I mean, I love Bachelor people. And I think if you go on Bachelor or Bachelorette and then you go on Bachelor in Paradise once, maybe twice, maybe more. And especially if you end up getting hitched, I think you're in the hierarchy of the dating show realm.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm a little jealous and slightly annoyed for the Bachelor people that are on for like 2 episodes, but then they're just such a character that they get all the sponsor the SponCon, the branding on Instagram. And I'm like, how do you have like 1.5 million followers and you were on for like 2 30-minute sessions?
Mm-hmm.
But good for them. So maybe they are the hierarchy.
Yeah.
I would like to think if you can carry a show for as many seasons as Vanderpump Rules has, that we exist in the hierarchy.
Oh,
I would like to think
100%.
so. But what
I
I
think
liked
so.
about the GOAT is like there's RuPaul, there's like Holiday Best Baker competition, Love is Blind, 90 Day Fiance, like there's The Circle, like there's all these Real World Challenge, Big Brother, like there's just so many.
And what's the premise of the show?
It's kind of like Backyard Survivor.
Okay.
So like every week you try to become, you do this like challenge, this physical challenge. Maybe it's a little like, what was that show? Like Double Dare back in the day, or like
Shout out Mark Summers.
Were you on Double Dare?
You better believe I
You
was.
were?
And I took it way too serious. It was bad.
I need to
Really,
see this.
I
one.
love Double Dare.
Oh man, what I realized, I'm terrible on game shows.
Really?
Unless Family Feud, in which case let's all be on together.
Let's all be on Family Feud. I got screwed last time Vanderpump was on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just really like Backyard Survivor. Like there's all these like different challenges. You do a solo challenge, and then whoever wins becomes the GOAT of that episode. And then there's a team challenge. So the GOAT chooses their team, and then everyone else is on the other team. I was always on the other team. Not to say that we didn't win challenges, because we did. And then from there, whichever team loses, you're on the chopping block to be kicked out of the house. But the GOAT cannot be kicked out. So even if the GOAT's team loses, see what I'm saying?
The GOAT's there.
And then we all
Fun.
vote, and we all write down in this little piece of paper. We stick it in a goat's mouth. Tosh takes it out of the goat's ass. And then, like, not a real one, but you know.
When did this film?
We filmed this last April.
And did you love it? Like, was it fun?
It was so much fun.
It sounds fun.
It
How
was
long did it take?
amazing. The whole show was shot in about a month.
Got it.
Yeah.
That sounds way more fun than like me getting offered special forces.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm just never.
I'm glad you didn't do it. You would have been on with Tom Sandoval.
First of all, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And because I don't want to see myself that uncomfortable.
But it was
for
also,
that
it was when
long.
SAG was on strike, right? So like actors were like, I'll do Stars on Mars, or like, I'll do,
yeah,
whatever,
no,
which was great.
No shade to anyone. Like, I think it's
For sure.
incredible.
But
and like
for you, you know.
I just know me, and I'm just such like a soft body little baby man. And I would just like, I don't want to feel that vulnerable on television for 12 days straight. Like,
Yeah, you would be a
film
better
for
like
12
host.
days. Yeah,
like
host.
Tosh says on our show, like they always choose white straight males to be the host of any of these shows, and he's right. So
Congrats.
there you go.
Yes.
Congrats to us.
Finally. Finally.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had like robo cams, which like a la Summer House or Real World, where the cameras are up in the house at all times.
Scary.
Never had to deal with that before.
How scary is
You
that?
better believe we were looking for like, where's there not one? Okay, cool. Now we can like whisper over here, do this. They only let us drink once in a while. They took our alcohol from us.
And are you always mic'd up?
When you're filming, yeah. Like, so it's like right when you wake up, stick a mic on you. Right before bed, take the mic off.
And you're all sleeping in the same place.
Yeah, it's like a giant master bedroom in this huge 20,000 plus square foot mansion outside of Atlanta. And in the master bedroom, we fit 7 beds very comfortably for all the women. And then the men had like 2 rooms.
Whoa.
It was wild.
I could not. I couldn't sleep with other people
Me
like
too.
that. It'd
Me
be
too.
too much.
We had the
What
best
if you did
time.
two?
It's okay. I'm with all girls. The boys had diarrhea. They clogged up their toilet.
That's too
like-
much too.
Oh, I don't want that.
And they talk about it
Especially
very
with random
generously for the
guys.
fans.
I don't want that.
I was with I'm on a group chat with two buddies, and they were like, "Oh, are we gonna go like to this thing tonight?" And I wasn't part of it because I couldn't make it. And so the others said, "Oh, I'll pick you up." And so I'm like watching all this, and then he goes, "Oh, running a few minutes late." And the other one goes, "Great, I'm pooping." And I go, "That's gross."
Do you text? Do either of you like text your wives if you're like, I'm pooping right now?
We're on the complete opposite spectrum on this.
Yes.
Like you would.
Oh yeah, I poop all day. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
Josh, well,
Yuck.
nothing.
I don't want to believe it happens.
Never.
Whoa. You know,
Interesting.
you guys,
I know
are you
you-
guys familiar with shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gross.
It was never my. It's still not my thing. I won't say pooping is like my thing. I'm love talking about or doing. But Luke is so just very comfortable with it, and he's yet to have. Well, the plumbing's getting put in his house in Colorado right now. So like I've had to like poop outside before.
Because there's no bathroom?
There's a house right down the road that has all the plumbing because they have to bring all their own water in. They have to like bury a septic tank. Like it's all wild.
Oh.
But one time he was like off working in his greenhouse, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't have time to get in the car and drive down to the other house.
Oh.
So I ran as far as I could away from the cabin. I told him about it later, so there's no surprise.
I
But-
can't believe you're still together. If that happened to me, I would leave him. I would leave him for
Mm.
putting me in the position where I needed to shit in the woods.
That sounds awesome.
It's not really the woods. It's like a ranch, so it wasn't that bad. No one can see me. There's no one around for miles. It's fine.
I can't
Yeah.
imagine something that would mortify me more.
But I do,
in
like,
the
I
woods?
go
I
in the
can't do it.
bathroom.
How do you wipe? How
I
do you
do the
wipe?
fan
How do you wipe?
with toilet paper.
Oh, you
have-
bring your toilet paper
Yes,
with you.
absolutely.
That kind of sounds great because, like, it's where it's meant to be, and you just let the wind take it. Like the wind take the whole thing. It's like it never happened.
The wind doesn't take it.
I
You're
covered it up
standing
with
next
snow.
to a pile of shit on the floor. The wind takes it nowhere.
The wind takes the essence. It's like a donation to the gods.
See, the scent is gone. The
Bring
scent-
poopery. It's fine.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So vegan of you. Yeah.
Thanks,
I
Fame.
love shitting outside.
Vegan over here. So, I'm. Is it crazy to be back on Bravo?
Yeah, it is. I didn't ever think it was going to happen. Truly never thought it was going to happen. I was excited about the Valley because it was like the Bravo's worst kept secret. It's what we all say, even like the creator of the show, Alex Baskin, because we talked about this back in early 2020 when it felt like, which was my last season, like Vanderpump it felt like a little final. We were kind of growing out of it. So we did have these conversations about possibly, it wasn't called The Valley, but it was just what show could this look like so we could do something new with Lisa for Vanderpump that felt more like Vanderpump. And obviously that didn't happen. So years later, when Jax kind of revamped this idea and brought it to Alex Baskin and said, like, I'd really like to do that. And it was like, okay, well, Jax, who do you hang out with now truly in the Valley? What does this look like to us? And Jax and Brittany worked on it with Alex Baskin and the Valley was created. But I was very surprised. I just didn't think it would necessarily be on Bravo, but it's really nice to be back on Bravo.
And were you their first call, like Jax and Brittany? Like,
I'd like to think so. Yeah.
if they're smart,
yeah.
yeah,
If they have a brain.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to think so. But this was even when we started talking about this exact show that's airing right now, this was like 2 years ago. And we were the same cast. We were like shooting, I hate saying cast, but like our group of friends who is essentially the cast of the show, right? We were shooting like Zoom interviews and things like that a couple of years ago. And at the time, I actually wasn't even dating Luke. So I was kind of always with Zach, my gay bestie. Like we were shooting a lot of our stuff together. We talked about him possibly being like a sperm donor for me if I didn't find someone that I was going to fall in love with at my age.
Fascinating.
At my old age. Yeah. And then I met Luke, and luckily for me, Luke agreed to be a part of this because this is my life. So
And so we watched the most recent episode, and all I
Mhm.
want to know is who's good at bowling? Is Luke good at bowling?
yes, he's
He
really
is.
good at bowling.
Like, what
You
are we?
could tell.
What are we
I'm
talking?
so good at bowling.
But like, what are we talking? Good at bowling? Like the 200?
200s, yeah.
200s.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
good at bowling.
Has he ever gotten a turkey?
I would think so.
Wow.
I've gotten a turkey. I was on a bowling league for 4 years. You
Wow.
guys.
Do you have your own
She
ball?
is from
I have
Michigan.
my own ball.
You
my
have your own
shoes.
ball?
I sure do.
Wow.
That's cool.
Do you have the little tote bag with the wheels that you wheel
I
the
sure
ball?
do.
Wow. So does my friend Stevie Mack.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You wear a
it's really
glove?
Impressive. I don't wear a glove.
I always thought it was weird when they wear gloves.
Yeah, I don't
No.
really
Like
get
that's
it.
try hard.
Maybe if you're
That's
like
like
a
a-
ball with the
trickster.
glove.
It's a hand condom.
Yeah, no
It's
good.
nuts.
It
It doesn't
is a
feel
hand
the
condom.
same.
You don't need it. And
Yeah.
do you spin or you're straight?
Oh hell no! I just try to
Yeah.
do the best I
chuck it.
can.
Yeah.
My
You spin?
handicap is really high, so I always did well for my team.
There's a handicap in bowling.
If you play in a handicap league,
Wow, that's cool.
yeah,
Sick. I love bowling. Obsessed.
it's so
Really?
much fun.
Yeah, I love
we
it.
should all go bowling.
I'm down.
Yes.
Let's do it.
I'm so down. We went Claudia's last birthday. We did a mystery bus ride and ended up at Chelsea Piers, and we went bowling and went to an arcade, and it was unbelievable.
I hate celebrating my birthday. I did literally bowled for 4 years straight
Fun.
at the same bowling alley. I was like, this is what we're doing again. It's great.
In
Did you ever
Santa
have a-
Monica.
In Santa Monica,
I've
rest
been.
in peace. It's you did.
It was a good
You
time.
have a pin there. Well, it's not there
Oh.
anymore.
Oh.
That bowling alley's not there anymore. They
Mhm.
shut down. But you had a pin signed there. And I was so jealous because I'm like, what am I, chopped liver?
I
Like, I'm
know,
on
that's
Vanderpump
upsetting.
Rules. I've been here 4 years straight on my birthday.
How do I get a
True.
fucking pin?
You know.
Shout out the Great Prince Street Pizza, who they have my photo up in every franchise.
I was just
And I'm
at the
honored.
one in New York when I did Watch What Happens Live.
It's the Ridge.
Like
Shout out
we
Tom.
waited forever and there were so many people in line. I paid the people that were in front of us because they kept adding people to their line. So I was like, if I give you $20, can we go in front of you? I'm starving.
Wow.
And
Smart.
they said yes.
So how much did that slice cost you?
We had a really big order. I don't know. I think
No,
we
I
ordered.
more meant like paying each person in front of you. Like all of a sudden.
Oh
it's
no,
like
I
a
just paid
$200 slice.
one person
Oh,
$20 to let me
okay.
jump in front of their whole group.
That's a
because
good-
we had like 5 people in our group.
That was a good move.
And I was like, everyone have your orders ready. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that liquid death, baby, that canned water. Listen, we all know that plastic it's BS. It sucks. It goes in the ocean. Forget plastic. Gets all weird and hot in your car, leaking weird forever chemical. Let's not even go there, okay? Liquid Death has got it right because we know that even though it may look like a beer or some crazy energy drink, it's not. It's actually a healthy beverage brand that makes mountain spring water, low sugar sodas, and low sugar iced teas too. My wife, she loves the iced teas actually. I'm more of the sparkling water guy. They have this lime flavor. Me and my son, we go nuts. We go nuts, let me tell you. And look, they're bringing death to single-use plastic bottles, and their infinitely recyclable cans allow you to just feel good about what you're doing. It's water in a can, right? So crack open a can and enjoy yourself. I'm telling you, it's going to be cool. You're going to look cool at your 9 a.m. meeting. Yeah, you're welcome. Look, you can get free shipping of Liquid Death's mountain water, flavored sparkling, and iced tea 8-packs with Amazon Prime. Or grab a can or a case at your local 7-Eleven, Target, Walmart, Whole Foods, or on Instacart. Go to liquiddeath.com/goodguys to check out all their healthy, infinitely recyclable beverages and find your closest retailer. That's liquiddeath.com/goodguys. liquiddeath.com/goodguys. KiwiCo, man, my home is a KiwiCo home, okay? Imagine that your kid can get a gift once a month that comes in the mail that they're going to recognize as a box and have a frickin' conniption over, which my son Max does. It was cute. Now it's annoying. I don't like this level of excitement in my home, but what can I say? KiwiCo delivers. And it's a perfect thing, right? Because it's a project. It's not a toy. It's a project, right? And it's created by teachers, engineers, smart people to keep your kid busy. They've got crates that are perfectly engineered for whatever age your kid is, and it's going to keep them busy. My son was building this entire kind of like, it was this felt costume that he got to put together himself. It didn't take too much time, but it took enough time where he was busy with it. He really enjoyed it, and he felt like accomplishment. And whether you're staying home or heading out on summer explorations, KiwiCo is inviting kids to enjoy their first ever summer adventure series. From kids 2 years old to teens, they receive 6 hands-on science and art project kits over 6 weeks with enriching content and fun activities to accompany each product. So build the best summer ever with KiwiCo. Get 20% off on your summer adventure series at kiwico.com/goodguysummer. That's 20% off your summer adventure at kiwico.com/goodguysummer.
Did you ever have a Chelsea Piers bowling party?
I had a bowling birthday, my 11th.
At Chelsea Piers?
You
You're
better believe it,
11.
babe.
Yeah. So you'd go to Chelsea Piers in the city and they would give you a pin and all of your friends would sign the pin. That's like your like
Wait, I
takeaway.
wanna
Do you
do
have that
that.
item or no?
No.
No, you don't have it.
I don't. But I don't. But I am thinking about how weird it is. Like, I wonder where signing casts came from.
Yeah.
Like, why? Why
To make kids not be upset that they have to wear the stupid thing on their arm, and then it's like cool. That's what I think.
Yeah.
It's like cool. You go to school and you're like, look at what I got.
Yeah.
It's like warrior wound. It's on your cast.
But do you think a kid ever went, oh, my fucking arm's broken? Oh, Andrew has nice penmanship. like, I guess it's not that bad.
There's nothing worse than like that asshole that signed something fucked up and it's like, now it's on my cast.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
yeah,
totally
that's not cool.
Terrible.
Oh, I had so many casts. I would have to sometimes put down a pencil down there to itch my arm from
Oh, yeah.
inside the cast.
Oh,
Once
yeah.
I got an eraser stuck in there.
I believe that 100%.
Nuts. These are the things I've lived with.
I feel like that would happen now if you broke something.
Dude, I broke my left arm so badly that I had a cast up to here. Okay, you ready for this?
How old were you?
I was 8 years old.
What happened?
What
My-
in the
I-
actual hell?
I fell out of a window at the YMCA, shout out. And my mother, who, God bless her, single mom,
Yes.
and now that I have children, I know what it's like to deal with a sick kid. She was understandably nervous. So they take me to, and Ben will understand, Bellevue Hospital in 1997, which then had the reputation of where the crazies go. Okay, this is where they put it was a lockup, right? But it was also a hospital.
Mhm.
I go in, they're like, he has really broken his arm, like badly. It needs to be set. And my mom goes, no, it doesn't. Shout out to Jewish mother.
I love your mom.
They go, ma'am, it's not going to heal right. She goes, so you'll set it. They go, of course, yes, we'll set it. But it's a surgery, right? She goes, no, it's not. They go, miss, what are you trying to say? She goes, he has asthma. He's overweight. I don't want you to put him under. He might not wake up. So you'll do it with him awake. They're like, ma'am, this is incredibly painful. She goes, you think you know pain? You should meet my mother. So they set my arm with me awake.
Oh my God.
And they gave me something, like some kind of thing to make me a little woozy, but
Yeah.
I felt every inch of it. And I just would, and like they literally, this is when I knew I was like, we are no longer in a hospital. We are doing frontier medicine.
Yeah.
They gave me something to bite on, like a towel. And I was just like, it was the worst.
That's
My mom was
way
like,
too like
Really fucking traumatizing.
yeah.
giving herself pats on the back, like that's what being a mother's about.
like Catholic school.
by the
in,
way,
like,
making the hard
60s.
decisions.
But she's not wrong. You know, like I see her fear.
She was wrong. It was wrong.
Why did you want to jump out a window?
I didn't jump. I was sitting. They were doing a performance in the auditorium, and I was trying to get a better look.
And how far did you fall?
One story. I probably felt.
He says it so casually. 8 years old. One story.
Yeah, 8 years old and like what weight?
No, I wasn't. So you are mean with your.
You're thinking to
You
yourself, your
said
mom made the
overweight
right choice.
asthma.
I'm like, your mom made the right choice.
At that time,
I'm thinking, Josh, 8 years old, 160. I'm not putting you under.
8 years old.
I'm keeping you awake.
Probably 120, cholesterol 250.
Okay.
And
Ew.
I'll never forget. Yeah, I don't know. It was a windowsill. I couldn't have been up higher than 8 feet.
As if 11th stories don't have
Okay,
windowsills.
that's scary. All right. Well,
It was
how did
hectic.
we get here?
We're glad you're okay. I
How
don't
did
know.
we get here?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's good.
I don't know.
It's good shit,
I have
though.
no idea where this came
Should
from.
we, should we do a speak pipe?
Yes, we should. But
Oh.
I think it's worth mentioning with the Valley, like
Speaking of
She
highs
lived in
and
the valley.
lows,
Has anybody ever fallen out a window?
We are
actually
unhinged.
Vanderpump. Yeah,
Yeah?
dark story. Yeah,
Ooh, tell.
Katie Maloney
Oh,
fell
yeah,
through.
she has the
fell through a
scar.
skylight.
Not on Vanderpump. That was before.
It was before Vanderpump,
Wow.
but she
Okay.
did fall through a skylight in Koreatown.
How scary is that?
Yeah.
Let's not. I
Crazy.
don't want to bury the lead here. I
Okay.
hate sometimes the way people talk about you on the show.
I really hate the way people talk about me in the show, so thank you.
It grinds my gears because
Yeah.
I know this, Kristen,
I
the
love you.
best.
Yeah.
You know, just down to clown, down for you, a down ass friend. Self admittedly, sometimes a little too down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But
Very
like
much so.
the loyalty, the just
The love, man.
the character that you have, and it just feels like you can't get out of the crossfire.
Yeah. At times I can't get out of my own way, I think is part of it
Mm.
that I'm learning this season. It's like the ADHD I have is like wild. So my mouth will get ahead of my brain.
Mhm.
And I'm like,
How
oh,
so?
shit. It's like I mix up one word or two words and then all of a sudden the meaning is completely changed. Like, oh, Michelle, your husband said at daddy daycare, if I would have said, he doesn't see your marriage lasting for more than 2 months. But instead I said, Michelle, your husband's going to divorce you in 2 months. It's quite a different meaning. I knew what it meant. It's just not what I said.
But
So that can really kick me in the arse. But I do feel like they're dumb for trying to ice me out because it's not going to work. And just everyone like relax, like take a legit ass chill pill, like calm down.
It's also not
Why
like
is everyone freaking out? I literally didn't do anything wrong except like maybe tell stories that weren't exactly correct.
but it's also not like you said something about the perfect marriage, right? You
Correct.
said something about a group of people that are having trouble. It would
They
seem.
filed for divorce a month after filming.
wow.
So like I
Yeah.
I remembered hearing it. I was thinking like, yeah, you know, not great,
hmm
but not bad. Not
Right.
like this.
Because it sounds, both of them sound bad to me. It's just the phrasing of one is worse. But either
Mhm.
way, it's a guy saying, I'm not going to be with my wife soonly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Bad.
However it happens.
Yeah.
It's done.
I just think there was a lot in my take on it, especially because there some people I'm still not super friends with, but I was friends with everyone pre-filming, and it just felt, and I've said this on the show, like everyone went, need a scapegoat. We've all seen Vanderpump Rules. Choose her.
Right. And is that just reality TV dynamics? It's like,
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, Jax is Jax. Like he's done it for how many years? I mean, since we started filming, he's always like, "Oh, Kristen did this," and it's like, if you know Jax is pointing his finger at me, you know that he's actually the one that started it.
Mm-hmm.
Like clear as day. We've seen it
Mhm.
since season 1, Vanderpump Rules. He's going to be like, "Oh, well, I'm learning from my mistakes. I'm growing, guys. Like, you know, I'm trying every day. I'm trying to become a better person." But it's like, how many years will that continue to take that
Mm.
you keep throwing me under the bus? I think he's getting a little better at it now that he's a dad, but on the TV, when he's in those positions with just the friends, Jax loves to just like throw anyone under the bus.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually really enjoy him on the Valley too, because he's like, man, I didn't even start that fight. I wish I had.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He's like, I just get to watch it, but I want to be involved. Like, this isn't fair.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying that part.
Yeah. Wants the drama.
Mm-hmm.
do you ever, when you have like, because you really do have relationships with everyone on and off camera,
Mm-hmm.
are there moments when the camera's on where you want to say to that person, this isn't you?
Yes, all the time. And I have. I've battled with how to do that because it's like there's a beauty for me being on reality TV for so long. There's a beauty in breaking the fourth wall. And I'm really glad they're allowing us to do that because the viewers aren't dumb. Like we also have to play to the smartest viewer. Like they know that it's a TV show at this point, right? Even though it is really what's happening. And I have to be careful. We edit this, right? Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. Like Craig, the great Craig Conover came on the pod and
Mhm.
said,
Not the doctor.
not the doctor, your close friend,
The
and
lawyer, the
Yeah.
sewer.
My boy. Love him to death.
a
Yeah.
Bravo boy.
Yeah.
And he said something to the effect of like, it's guided improv in the sense of like, if we are all filming and something big happened.
Right.
And we want to talk about the Yankee game.
Mhm.
You're being
God.
fake. Like, if you don't change your tune to the way that you were, then I'm just going to tell someone else about it, kind of a thing.
Right.
But I have to give props to like the new cast members as well, because I can't imagine being thrown to the wolves that are me and Jax for the first time ever and having to film with us.
Especially when you have like young kids. Like that's the one thing I'm watching.
Right.
I'm just like, you have 2 9-week-old kids,
Oh,
and you're
poor,
on,
I know
and you're
Nia
on,
and Daniel.
and
Like,
you're on this show.
they're angels among us.
It's
I'm so
unbelievable.
grateful.
Yeah.
I think they really battled with whether or not they should be a part of the show. And I'm so glad that they did, because we do need that normalcy as well. And I think what Nia's done for pregnant women, women with babies, postpartum, depression, and being honest about that, especially in the position Nia's in as like a former Miss USA. It's like not something you really see the other side of.
Yeah.
And I just like, do you know Daniel, Josh?
I don't.
You don't? That's so weird, because you guys are from the same, he's older than you though. But like you guys are from that same world. He did like the iCarly and Hannah Montana and
It was so long ago.
Oh, that's
I'm
it.
in Christopher Nolan's world now.
but I do really I love all like the crazy vast like personalities, and I like that we have Daniel and Nia being like, and that's really how they are. People are like, wait, they're that nice? Like, no, they're really that nice. They met at church. Like, they're not faking being nice.
Yeah. They seem very normal and
Mhm.
nice.
And Nia
As a viewer.
talking about postpartum, which is such a real thing, just in my observation
Right.
of having 2 kids and whatnot. Like, I think it takes a lot of courage to
Yeah.
to experience that and have that journey publicly. And I just give her a lot of credit.
Mhm.
You said before it takes a lot of balls to get thrown in with 2 wolves like Jax and I.
Mhm.
I know why Jack's a wolf.
Mhm.
Why are you a wolf?
I think just because of all my time on reality TV.
Mm.
I'm very kind, empathetic. Guys.
Not to me.
I
Not to
am.
me.
Oh, I sure am.
I don't see that.
I'm very loyal. I think people do know that, but also I've done this for so long. I'm not going to take anyone's bullshit. And I feel like I did a lot this season. Like, it was my first time back in this saddle that is Bravo, that is this kind of reality TV. And I think my nerves, and also like making Luke feel comfortable and me being right back into it for the first time, it was a lot. I like watching myself back, like a lot of like, I'm sorry. Like, I look like I'm like a beaten baby or something. Like,
Yeah.
just apologizing all the time. And if we get another season, I'm not going to play that card next time. Not for the show, but like really in my real life.
Right. For yourself.
I just feel like I'm taking too much shit right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Me
No,
too.
And I don't like it.
Yeah.
And are we over Janet because she didn't invite you to the baby moon? Like, what are
Baby
we?
Moon and the hibachi dinner. I'm just like so,
Oh, what I do for a hibachi dinner.
I
For an
know.
onion volcano right now?
love a good
My
onion
God,
volcano.
a shrimp in the hat.
I
Dinner and a
know.
show.
It's the best.
Luke and I ran to Outback to get like the big onion.
Bloomin'
power.
onion?
Bloomin' onion.
It's not the same.
It's 1,800
It's not.
calories.
Not the
The whole
same.
thing. Yeah. Did
Hibachi-
you know it's an appetizer for 6? Not 6 people like
No.
me.
I would prefer if you could erase that from my memory right now.
No problem. We did a deep dive on one of the episodes.
We did.
They had one with ribs.
Yeah.
It'll-
Well, I think what's cool though about the Valley is that we did pick up cameras again more recently. So, and I'm really glad that they decided to do that, because obviously Jesse and Michelle split. It was in the news. Brittany and Jax are separated currently, still married. It's all in the news. Like, it's all in the tabloids. And I'm like, how do we, if we get another season, how do we wait all that time?
Crazy.
Nothing would make sense anymore, because there's just so much time that has
Yeah.
passed. So when they picked cameras up for what they call kind of like an epilogue of the season, like, let's catch everyone up, they're going to catch the viewers up on where we all were as of like the winter, spring sort of time. So I think that'll be really valuable for the show, because a lot of things changed pretty drastically. And when I left the Jackson Brittany's bar opening, which is the finale episode, if you will, like, I felt things were really left unresolved
Mm.
in a lot of ways, just even my own friendships or lack thereof. So I think that'll be something juicy for the viewers.
Is there like a reality TV emergency services when something goes down, how quickly they can scramble a crew? For instance, like Tom and Ariana, she finds out he's cheating. How quickly can they be recording? Like within 12 hours?
So nowadays, I'm not sure, but I will tell you, season 1 of Vanderpump Rules, we had no idea what the hell we were doing. Cameras were flies on a wall. Like that was that, right? And there was a scene in episode, I forget which episode, but season 1, when Stassi is dating that guy, Frank, sort of like they're just hanging out. And we find out that Jax may or may not have banged the hooker in Vegas or got this girl pregnant. And that's all shot at Stassi's apartment. That was literally because I was going over Stassi's. She didn't show up to her lunch shift at SUR.
Wow.
So I went over her apartment to pick her up and she was like pounding champagne in the middle of the day. And I went over there and saw that all like these 4 people or 3 people are over Stassi's apartment. And I'm like, wait, what is going on? Jax banged a hooker in Vegas, or what are you talking about? And I called a producer and I was like, I don't know what's going on, but this is what I heard. And they had a crew there within however long it takes to get from like Burbank to West Hollywood. 40 minutes.
Quick.
Within an hour.
Yeah,
they can get
season
it
1.
done.
Now it would be like, can you guys hold off till tomorrow? You're grown adults, you know?
I feel like there's
think-
also probably more red tape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And it's a bigger production. The show is successful.
Yeah. But season 1, it was like really like sticks like that, you know?
You probably can't answer this honestly, but
I'll
I
try.
can. We talked about it on the Great Nick Viles pod the other day.
Oh,
I watched Vanderpump most recent ep. I feel, by the way, diehard fan of the show, love everyone on it. Think they're all rock stars and you should all
it
have.
feels final. Yeah, it felt really, I just recapped it this morning before I was here. And I was in tears when I saw like the old photos or like the little video clips of everyone from like season 1. That's like 2011, 2012. It felt very final to me. However, my last season of Vanderpump Rules, I thought felt very final as well. When they did season 9, it was black and white. They slowed down the "These are the best days of our life" song. And like, it was really dark. But I agree that it feels very final. And, you know, according to TMZ, they're going on hiatus for the summer. I think that is much needed, or we're going to watch the same damn thing over again for a third time. I think my personal opinion, truly having no like Bravo knowledge, I think they're going to wait out the summer, see what everyone's up to after the summer, after Ariana gets back from Fiji and then she does her next Broadway thing. I'm so excited. She's going back for Chicago again for a month.
Wow.
I know. 3rd time they brought her back. It's
That's
amazing.
amazing.
So I think after all that said and done and they let everyone just kind of take a beat and live their actual lives, I feel like they would go back to the cast and go, okay, now what's going on? Oh, this feels fresh and different. Or if it feels the same, maybe they won't.
Wow.
I just know, I think the fans and the cast, they don't want to do the Scandival thing all over again.
That's what it is. You need some newness.
It can't just be everyone against Tom and everyone trying to convince
No.
Ariana to talk to Tom.
It can't be Scandival anymore.
No.
And we
Right.
spoke about this. Like, James is having like a nice little, I won't say little, like he's a DJ. And like, there's something there to like follow him going to all of these things. There's new storylines. And I think that we're very focused on the
I mean, I
singular
think that's like not
storyline.
very interesting.
Agreed.
But I think
There's other
I
story.
think Katie's glow up is fantastic.
Katie looks fabulous.
Katie looks so good.
If I hear about this sandwich shop one more time, though, I've had enough.
It opens on the 22nd.
Okay.
Soft opening.
All right.
I'm invited.
Okay.
Literally. Are you going to go? I am too.
You pick
Let me
your
know.
fucking ass,
Let
I'm
me know how the
going.
sandwiches.
You have
Yeah.
to tell me which
I'm not- by the
day
way,
you're going.
I just want to
Katie and Ariana's
retraction correction happening in real time. My wife is invited. I am the plus one.
Oh, I'll text
She
your
is-
wife later.
She is the star, not me. Katie invited her, not me. Should we get to a
Amazing.
speak pipe really quick?
I would love to.
What time are we at, Marsh? Okay,
Great.
perfect. So we'll do that.
Okay,
And what are you
perfect.
nuts and call
Speak
and
pipes
then-
are people call in, leave us like questions or advice, or it's people.
Oh my God, I want someone to give me advice. anything.
So you could leave us a speak pipe.
Go in the other room, would ya?
Speakpipe.com/good guys.
Speakpipe.com/good guys if you want advice. And that's basically it. We don't really help with anything else. Okay, this is from Lori.
Hey, BSC and Josh. I'm a Michigan moron, and I just adore you two. I laugh hysterically during each podcast, and I can't thank you enough for that. But I'm going to make this one quick. Just need to know if you think this is nuts or not. I had a first date recently from a dating app. I arrive first, get at the bar, sit at the bar, because that's what normal people do. He walks in, doesn't want to sit at the bar, refuses, and wants to sit at a table. Only thing left was a booth. So we sat across from each other on a first date, meeting each other for the first time in a booth. And the joke was on him because the trivia guy was also there, and he sat up right behind him, just blaring shit out of a speaker the entire time. So we had to scream at each other. I don't eat on first dates either. Just a couple drinks for me, just in and out kind of thing. He wasn't picking up on the social cues, so wasn't getting the drinks. So I bought all my own drinks and his too. He did eat though. That made it longer. So that was cool. Yeah, just for me, it really was a what are you nuts moment, like the whole time. Curious to think what you guys think, if this was nuts or not.
First and foremost, she sounds like a lovely lady from Michigan, the great state of Michigan.
Yes.
Detroit, what?
Shout out.
That said, she had me. She lost me. She had me.
The good news
There's
is
nothing wrong with a booth. Booths are fantastic.
Yeah.
they're perfect for each other. They're both nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
sit at a high chair. My back hurts. I hate a bar stool. I have the option between a bar stool or a booth. I'm going booth all day. Also, you don't want to look across from the person. Isn't that a very normal way to eat?
Yeah,
I want to
definitely-
see you.
I don't want to sit
I don't wanna
with
be like
a
this.
person I barely know, like
Hip to hip?
like
Yeah.
butt to butt. Like
No
weird.
good.
Nuts.
Nuts.
I don't do sushi bar because I don't want to have to do this every time I want something else. Hey, boss. So good. What do you got? I'll do the spicy tuna hand roll. How much am I?
Hand roll.
Hand job. I'll take the hand roll.
I have a spicy tuna than a hand roll.
Okay, enough, Ben. It's a family podcast. But you know what I'm saying? Like that's like 10 times more interactions than giving one order to a waitress and then you move on. So sorry, guys.
It's also
go.
very about the food. Like when you sit at a bar, it's all about the food. That's the sushi experience you're describing. It's certainly not about the person that you're sitting with.
I
But-
couldn't get past when she said he refuses to sit at the bar. It was like nothing after that mattered because she was so mad about the bar thing. Everything else was just kind of a blunder after
That's
that.
right.
Like she was already angry. She wasn't going to like him. He could be rich with like a John Hamaconda penis and it didn't matter. He didn't want to sit at the bar. She was over it.
Yeah, I agree. That was a little strange. But then her paying for his drinks, that's no good.
Yeah, no, that's not good.
That's no good.
no,
no good.
don't like
But
that.
also, she's like, he ordered to make the date longer. Maybe he was just hungry.
Maybe.
Were you on a dinner date?
Yeah, and
You
she
can't
doesn't
eat. Like just because she doesn't eat on first
It's
dates.
weird to be the only one eating. I'll give her that. Like when someone decides that they're not eating, you kind of have to be like, I'm going to crush McDonald's drive-thru on the way home, but I guess we're not eating.
But was it dinner or
Yeah.
drinks? Because now I'm actually rethinking it.
Well,
If it
she
was
said
drinks,
it was. She said it was like going on a date, and she's like, "But I don't eat on dates."
Which, you know what? You
but
guys,
like I'd go to the bar if it's drinks.
right?
I'd go to the table if it's dinner.
I don't know. Luke and I go to Olive Garden, sit at the bar, and we crush some Olive Garden at the bar. It's like our
oh,
date
he really
night
is the
thing.
perfect man for you.
I love Olive Garden.
I
yeah.
love the two of you together doing fun things
Thank
like
you so
that.
much. Yeah, it's our favorite. But
you
yeah,
get the fettuccine.
what?
What do you get at Olive Garden?
Soup and salad and breadsticks,
I
unlimited.
knew she was going to
Wow.
say that. I
Yeah,
knew it.
Luke gets the Alfredo sauce to dip the bread in, but he does the shrimp fettuccine sometimes.
Wow.
Wow, do you get the pasta fagioli?
I don't because I don't eat meat. I do the minestrone. He does the pasta fagioli.
The pasta fagioli there?
Yeah.
It's nice. It's got a level
Is
of
it?
it's got a level of sodium where you go, my wedding ring's not gonna come off.
Oh, 100%. Sweating, puffy, like heart beating really fast on the way back, like it's happening.
You just look down at your hand. You're like, whoa.
Yeah, it's bad.
I think
You're like,
the
you
whole
call
thing
fire
is like he
department.
wanted to eat, she didn't want to eat, he didn't want to sit at the bar, she didn't want to sit at a booth. It was doomed.
That's
They
right.
should. So you know what? I think my advice is from now on, she needs to put on her dating app, hate booths, don't like eating on the first date. Just be honest.
Yeah. I think that works.
Yeah.
Be upfront
Yeah.
about your weird things.
I think you should crush food on a date. I do. I'll say, you want to hear something crazy? I think it's crazy. The Valley is the first time I've ever like truly eaten on camera. I used to do the thing where it was like, we're going out to dinner and I'm like, I'll get a side salad. And then I push the lettuce around with my fork so I can have conversations, nothing stuck in my teeth. My lipstick still looks good. The Valley, Luke and I would literally, like all of the dinner dates from hell that we had, not dinner dates, but like family dinners from hell we had this season. Luke and I would sit down and we're like, shovel as much food in your mouth as you can as fast as possible. Then you don't have to talk and we're not going to leave hungry.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah.
And it's a free meal.
Bravo's
Comped.
Pan.
And a free meal.
I
Love
that we
free
both
shit.
thought of that.
Yep.
I'll take something to go.
Judaism.
That's a good guys for you.
Should we get to our What Are You Nuts?
Yes.
Your What Are You Nuts moment of the week, and
Yes.
you're a veteran of the show now. So mine is, I love a schwitz. I love, contrast therapy, hot, cold, hot, cold. I go to Equinox, shout out, we love Equinox here. And I recently got into the sauna, and there's a guy, first of all, he's got his phone, no headphones, and he's watching a show, full volume. It's a little Finnish wood room. So now I got to hear your show. But then also to make it worse, I'm like, why do you have technology in a 190-degree room? This is an electrocution waiting to happen. And can you not, you're not going to be able to sit here for more than 15 minutes. Like, can you not unplug for 15 minutes? What are you, nuts?
Nuts.
Nuts.
Absolutely nuts.
Balls. Yeah.
My What Are You Nuts moment is they're always on airplanes. I don't know what it is. Everybody's always like, do you have any What Are You Nuts moments that aren't on airplanes? And airplanes are nuts. Everything that happens on a plane. Woman next to me 2 flights ago opened up a can of tin fish.
Oh, God.
That's so mean.
Like
Sick.
anchovies, and she's eating plain anchovies. Tin fish. And I'm such a fan of, you put fish in a tin, good with it, tuna.
Mhm.
Delicious. Not on a plane.
Not with
Not on a
recycled
plane.
air.
You can't
Yeah.
do this. What are you, nuts? It's
What are
too
you,
fragrant. Have some class. Have some care for the people around you. Second, not a What Are You Nuts moment, just a general comment. As a society, we need to stop asking people how their flight was. How was your flight? Awful. They're all bad. It's always, or you'll say like, oh, it's fine. What are you expecting to get out of that, right? How was your flight? Oh, it was good. I sat there for 5 hours and then I got off the fucking plane. Nuts.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Just
Great.
You're not
stop
Great
it.
wrong.
point.
Just stop it.
That's a good if I'm being honest.
If I'm being honest, this is a new segment that we're trying. We came up with it in the bathroom.
Yeah. It's the best
If
place.
I'm being honest, ooh,
Nice. Sounds good.
I
Rolls
love
off the
it.
tongue.
Oh, I love it. Marshall, you like that? That's a segment. If I'm being honest,
Yeah.
Oh. Well, maybe
I'm
not,
thinking of horse porn.
maybe without the head thing. Please, Kristen, start talking before Ben says anything
If I'm
else.
being honest, I love Reba.
We will
I
not have
really
either of
love
those
Reba.
things on our podcast.
I love Reba. You should get her.
Same.
So do I. It's just a bit. People are calling in now, being like, "What's your issue with Reba?" I'm like, "Here we go, another controversy."
What is your issue with Queen Reba?
Are you
Nothing.
mad that you weren't on her show?
I would have crushed that show, and I would have.
I know
been
you
perfect
would have.
on it.
I was just wondering if that's you were mad
on
at her.
Reba.
No, I love Reebs.
Yeah, she's cool.
Reebs.
Yeah, the Reebs.
She's the best. She's
Yeah.
fancy.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
See what I did there? Yeah.
that was cool.
Have you ever had a good flight?
Will I admit it? No, I've had a good flight. I won't admit it.
I had one really great flight
Where was it?
to Australia. Lay down seats, like red eye, sort of, because you leave at night. Pop a Xanax like 3 hours in, you sleep for 8 hours. You wake up, it's like the next day, even though a whole day passed in between.
That's nice.
So that was my only good flight, though.
That sounds nice.
But the rest of them suck. I agree.
Suck.
What's your What Are You Nuts, Kristen?
Oh man, you guys didn't prepare me for this. There's so many things. My life.
Yeah, what's bothering
My
you?
life on reality TV. What are you nuts?
Just one gigantic What Are You Nuts. That's good.
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll land there.
Being back on Bravo. What Are You Nuts?
Yeah, yeah.
Shout out Bravo. We love.
Shout out Bravo.
We love.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, really though, the thought of being asked to be back on Bravo, I'm like, what are you nuts? But a hard hell yeah.
Thank you. Love
Yes.
you.
Love you guys so much.
Thank you for being here.
This was great. Thank you.
My two favorite Jewish boys in the whole wide world.
Oh, thank you very much.
Sorry, Gary.
Yeah. Gary can't be Jewish with 2 R's and an I.
Of course he is.
What the hell?
He's Russian.
Okay, fine. Should I take us home?
Please.
Excellent episode as always. Listen to us on Spotify, Apple, wherever you can get your podcasts. Watch us on YouTube, on Josh's YouTube. You can see us, the dynamic. It's important. Maybe listen to us and then watch us. Share our clips, the Good Guys Instagram, Good Guys on TikTok. Mondays and Thursdays, don't forget to watch both days and give our episode 5 stars. If not, what are you, nuts? And we'll see you next time.
Thanks, Kristen.
Bye.
Bye.